Cristiano Ronaldo, the model footballer. Portugal, a European giant in football. That's the case today, with the side spoiled for choice. But in the days of old, that was hardly the case. Sure, they had legends such as Eusebio and Luis Figo rise to the fore here and there, but they still never truly prospered and put themselves on the international map like they should have until the arrival of one Cristiano Ronaldo. If you were to build a footballer from scratch, Cristiano Ronaldo would just about be the man, wouldn't he? Tall, extremely quick and powerful, and very muscular. He also has all the skill and mentality in the world too. There truly are few that you'd have placed above him in the history of the game, and it's a credit to his remarkable training and desire that he has had such a long, impactful career. Cristiano Ronaldo's influence on the beautiful game that we all love goes so far that you can literally hear him being talked about no matter which field you happen to turn up to. Whether it's a five-a-side with friends, a local under-10s game at the recreational department, or pundits on TV, we still frequently hear the old quip, Ronaldo or Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo just can't be erased, such is the level of his play. While Cristiano Ronaldo is known for far more than just his play on the pitch, I mean, look at that body for heaven's sake, we also have to acknowledge him for his actions on the field of play. Despite his looks, he has gotten to where he is due to his ability to score big goals and make big plays for his team. His beginnings in the game took root in his hometown of Madeira. Born there in February of 1985, Cristiano Ronaldo survived an early scare when his parents considered abortion due to the poverty experienced by his family. His first club was Andorrina, of which his dad was the kit man for. In 1995, he moved to Nacional for 2 seasons before making the big move to Sporting Lisbon in 1997, following a successful 3-day trial.
I don't know why I am a footballer, maybe because the sports that I since when I'm a kid, it's what make me more attention.
Much like his aforementioned rival Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo too didn't go without his troubles in youth. He would give up school in order to pursue football full-time at the ripe age of just 14. This came after Cristiano, in the sort of fashion we would see often in front of a worldwide audience, angrily threw a chair at a teacher due to feeling like he'd been disrespected. On top of that, he also had to battle health issues, like Messi, requiring an operation to reset his heart rate after being diagnosed with a potentially career-ending diagnosis of tachycardia. Cristiano Ronaldo's ascent to the world stage was rather quick, with the soon-to-be superstar promoted from Sporting Youth Academy to the first team at just 16 years of age. In doing so, he was the first player in the history of the storied club to have played for every team under their banner in less than a calendar year. In September 2002, he made his debut for the first team, getting his first pair of goals in October of that year. Due to the rapid rise of his star, it was only natural that big names became aware of his presence. European giants such as Liverpool and Arsenal were among those alerted, while Barcelona were also made aware of the Portuguese superstar. But as history would have it, Sir Alex Ferguson would be the man to land his man, signing CR7 after he impressed his players and himself in an August 2003 friendly. And from there, the true star would only take off.
É verdade que o Sir Alex Ferguson e que o Rio Ferdinand falaram consigo no final do jogo, o que é que eles lhe disseram?
Falaram comigo, estavam que iam começar em negociações com o Sporting, que estavam a contar comigo para o clube.
E já se imaginou rico e famoso?
Não, isso eu deixo essas coisas à parte.
To be called a prototype, you have to have a lot going for you. and Cristiano Ronaldo has that in spades. He has every tool that you can need to be a top-class footballer. He's not only exquisite on the ball, but he's also a top-tier athlete, combining both worlds like few before or since have managed to do. We've seen tons of players have one or the other at the highest level, but when the two meld together the way they did for him, it makes for something extremely special and invaluable. With his height and dribbling ability, Cristiano Ronaldo truly stood out. Capable of cutting inside and unleashing a shot, or dribbling around his opponents with trickery or pure pace, he soon became more than a handful for defenders in the English Premier League to deal with. Sure, he had a bit of time to adjust, but once he had gained his footing, it was lights out.
Cristiano, are you feeling more and more confident with each game?
I understand.
Are you confident?
I understand, sorry.
Gary, he's looking confident anyway, Gary.
Yeah, he is confident. He's yeah, you won the match, well done. Yeah. You go.
Unlike Messi, there was no real big-time player to compare to him when he burst onto the scene. Messi always had Maradona to live up to. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have such a player, and that undoubtedly benefited him over the long haul. That being said, you have to compare him to the luminary figures of Eusebio and Figo just to give a bit of background and context. Much like Eusebio, Cristiano Ronaldo is a prolific goal scorer. Eusebio scored bundles and bundles of goals in his day, albeit, to be fair, a day that saw goals galore. He started to score goal after goal in a time where defensive prowess was off the charts. So, it would be only right to say that Cristiano Ronaldo was the successor, though a late one, to Eusebio's exploits back in the 1960s. Cristiano Ronaldo also can be looked at through the prism of Luis Figo. Like Figo, he'd go on to represent Real Madrid later in his career after getting a start with Sporting in Lisbon. Figo was a magician on the ball, quick and skilled with it, and that is something that Ronaldo would have taken and added to his play. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo was still his own man, most definitely. Early in his career, he relied more upon his craftiness and speed than he did on his outright ruthlessness in front of goal. But as the years went by, he started to drift centrally while becoming more and more clinical. When given chances, no matter which foot it fell to, he found the back of the net. The same came from those outlandish jumping headers that came to him too. The last thing we'll mention as far as his style of play will be about his ability from dead balls. Cristiano Ronaldo was always flashy on the pitch, and he was perhaps his flashiest when he approached a free kick. He would run at the ball dead on in his trademark style, lashing the ball into the net more often than opponents would have liked. From the penalty spot, he was also always lethal as well, making him one of the most clutch footballers we've ever seen. Cristiano Ronaldo started his time in the game with local club Arena, before moving on to Nacional later on. However, it was his time at Sporting Lisbon that helped him develop into the player we came to know and launched him into joining Manchester United. Once at Manchester United, Cristiano truly became one of the game's greatest footballers. He went from exciting youngster to first teamer, to the first name on the team sheet, helping the Red Devils secure domestic titles and European trophies as well.
The training session, intensity, expectation, the level of concentration will always manifest itself on a Saturday.
After his time at United, he would move to Spain to suit up in the all-white of Real Madrid, where he would go from strength to strength. It looked like he might retire in the Spanish capital one day, but he would move, somewhat shockingly, to Juventus in 2018. After a troubling, disappointing time with the old lady, he moved back to Old Trafford before being run out of town by new sheriff Erik ten Hag. He now plays in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr, where he has had some positive results thus far.
Welcome to your new home, and how
Cristiano Ronaldo has been a major figure, albeit sometimes controversial, at every club he has been at. But there have been some instances where he truly shone more than the rest of the pack. Among the top achievements has to have been helping Real Madrid to take La Decima and then further extending the club's dominance to a level that others can only yearn for.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Long chasing a 10th Champions League victory, in fact for a decade plus at the start of the 2013-14 season, Los Blancos had continually struck out when afforded the opportunity. With a team that included Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale and Karim Benzema among others, and led by Carlo Ancelotti as manager, though that would finally come to an end as Ronaldo and co not only won a 10th, but also got to put a stamp on their dominance and asserted their spot in history as one of the top teams. As if a chance at a 10th European Cup wasn't a big enough occasion, the showdown came against city rivals Atletico Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo would only notch one goal in the eventual 4-1 extra time win, but his outstanding performances in the lead-up were just as vital. He netted 17 goals in total in the competition that term, including 2 goals in the demolition of previous champions Bayern Munich. La Decima was just the start of Real's sheer brilliance under the bright lights of European football, as the white-clad club would stroll to win 4 of the next 5 editions over the next 5 seasons, with Cristiano leading the charge as one of the most potent and dangerous players in the history of the game. Messi's Barcelona took the next crown, but after that, they went on to win big ears 3 consecutive times under the guidance of one Zinedine Zidane. In the 2015-16 tournament, CR7 found the net once in either leg against Roma in the opening knockout round, before scoring a hat-trick as Real fought from 2 goals down against Wolfsburg. He then dispatched a decisive penalty over Atletico in the final, lifting his side past its inner city rivals once more. In 16-17, Cristiano Ronaldo again dominated the competition, with his sublime 5-goal showing in the quarter-finals against Bayern being a particularly standout as they advanced 6-3 on aggregate. His hat-trick at the Bernabeu against Atleti, yes, them again, in the semi-finals first leg helped guide them to the final once more, where he registered twice in a 4-1 dismantling of Juventus. In 17-18, the Portuguese was able to hoist the trophy yet again, thanks to playing a large part in the early rounds of the knockout stages. In the round of 16, Cristiano Ronaldo slotted home 3 times to see off PSG ahead of a late penalty winner over Juventus in the quarterfinals that spared his side's blushes and pushed them into the semis. He wouldn't find the net again that season in the competition, but they went on to take down Bayern and Liverpool for an unprecedented 3rd in a row and 4th in 5 seasons, and what proved to be his last UCL crown. Ronaldo has been just insanely good throughout his career, but there was one season in particular where he was just absurdly excellent on an individual level. That season was 2014-15, further cementing his own legendary status despite his side having a bit of a down season. Ultimately though, that might have helped them, as Zinedine came to the helm following it and pushed them to winning 3 UCL titles in a row. Over the course of that season, Ronaldo netted 61 goals in all competitions for Real Madrid, an otherworldly number that you can hardly believe when you read it. In La Liga, Ronaldo was able to score 48 goals, notching 8 hat-tricks in the process. Despite that number of goals, Los Blancos fell 2 points short of Barcelona as the Catalans took top honours. They'd also managed to pip Real Madrid to the Champions League as well, though you can't say that it was down to a poor effort from Ronaldo. He scored 10 goals in the UCL that year in 12 outings. Not his best ever contribution, but still far shabby. Had Ronaldo been able to lift either of those trophies, or perhaps both, it would likely have gone down as the best ever season in football, but it wasn't meant to be. Though he wouldn't soar to the same heights as the year prior in terms of scoring goals, Ronaldo still gathered up 51 goals, while dishing out 15 assists in the following season as he got to the top of the European mountaintop. While Messi had his moment in the World Cup and did grab more Ballon d'Ors than his rival, Ronaldo always had his European showings to point at. If one is truly to compare Ronaldo to Messi, they have to take international football into consideration. While Ronaldo hasn't had a shabby career on that particular stage, he hasn't quite reached the same level of Messi following La Pulga's World Cup victory in 2022. However, to be considered among the greats, you need to take your nation to international glory, and Ronaldo did just that in 2016 when he captained the Portuguese side to European Championship glory. Ronaldo and co looked tepid in the opening round of the newly expanded tournament, failing to win any of their 3 matches and escaping to the knockout rounds after 3 draws. He had scored twice against Hungary to help clinch that spot, and it ended up being extremely vital to them. In the knockout rounds, Cristiano Ronaldo found the net in a quarter-final penalty shootout win over Poland, and then scored the opener against Wales in a 2-0 win that booked his team's place in the final against hosts France. It was there that we got to see that indelible image of Cristiano Ronaldo coming off injured, only to effectively lead his side from the touchline as they upset the French via Eder's extra time goal.
Eder smashes Portugal onto the verge of glory.
While his play could never be overlooked, he often was not seen as a leader, but his presence on the sideline proved otherwise and helped push his team across the finish line despite a slow start to the tourney. It might not have been how others did it, but the superstar ultimately got the job done one way or another. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have particularly become synonymous not only with each other, but also with the top individual prize in the game, the Ballon d'Or. He would be welcomed to the stage for the first time at 19 when he was nominated for it for the first time, and he has practically remained a candidate for the following 20 years. Though he didn't win that first ever one then, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't take too long to grab top honours, working his way up the ladder to make the podium in 2007 behind Kaká and one spot ahead arch-rival Messi.
Kaká. Of course we want also the second and third on stage. You're also winners. Second position Lionel Messi and third position Cristiano Ronaldo. Please join us on stage.
The next season would be his, as he finally claimed the top footballer in the world spot, beating out both Messi and Fernando Torres to do so on the back of a season that saw him truly rise to a level of global fame that would never be extinguished. In fact, from 2008 onwards, Ronaldo and Messi would split the next 10 editions of the Ballon d'Or, showing that had Ronaldo played in an era without Messi, that he might have taken all 10. Cristiano Ronaldo's first Ballon d'Or came in 2008, but he would have to wait 4 more years to get his hands on it again, as the Argentinian grabbed it 4 consecutive times from 2009 to 2012. He, though, took it in 2013 and 2014 before doing another back-to-back job in 2016 and 2017.
Messi was best before, but now it's Ronaldo time.
Since then, Cristiano Ronaldo's star has waned a bit, with him failing to make the top 3 since 2019 as he's aged. The 2023 award was the first one in a long time which didn't even see him receive a nomination, showing just how impressive his longevity truly has been on the world stage. Cristiano Ronaldo's career in Europe came to a close in January 2023, as his reunion with Manchester United had finally run afoul. He had been vital to their success in the prior season, but with Erik ten Hag taking charge, plans changed, and the Portuguese superstar found himself in a very unhappy situation, much like what had taken place at Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't bigger than the club, or he couldn't be allowed to be. Had he stayed at either place, their growth elsewhere was going to be stifled. So, he was let go.
Trying to force you out, yes. Not only the coach, but the other 2 or 3 guys there around the club that I felt betrayed.
And that is why he ended up at Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, his current club. Thus far, he's scored bundles of goals for his new side, but perhaps his biggest contribution so far is being a forerunner. Cristiano Ronaldo's move to the Gulf state has seen a myriad of others follow in his stead. The likes of N'Golo Kante and Neymar have followed him, with countless others also being linked in the process. As for his place in the Portuguese national squad, it is quite interesting. The team they have available is deep, but it remains an option for them under manager Roberto Martinez. Whether he continues to play a large role or any role at all remains to be seen, but no one would count him out on making an impact if and when he does get on the pitch. When it comes to his lasting legacy, Ronaldo is going to go down as one of the all-time greatest to ever have laced up the boots. He has thus far missed out on ultimate World Cup glory, but his European prowess and sheer dominance is unfathomable and hardly believable. Because of that, you'll forever see these 2 familiar names linked: Messi and Ronaldo, Ronaldo and Messi.